Dan, there's a few things that stick out for me, and one of the most powerful ones I actually do use in class. I had just been on this client for maybe 4 or 5 months, as had the partner. So we're both new on the client, and I had been on vacation, and this was in the days before email, voicemail, etc. And I come back from vacation on Monday morning. The tax pick walks into my office and says, "You and I are going out to the steel company this afternoon." And I said, "Well, what about the partner?" He goes, "He's off the engagement." Well, he had been out of the office also reviewing a tax practice in another city. So we go out to the client that afternoon, and the client is very upset because he had called for the partner. The partner didn't return his phone call. Now, the reality is that the partner didn't get the message. We had a temporary secretary that week. She forgot, he called in for his messages. She forgot to give it to him. So to the client, he said, "Hey, I called you on Wednesday. Nobody called me back, okay, for 3 days, and I'm not going to put up with this." So, he looked at me and he said, "Listen to me, young man." He says, "The only reason you're still on this engagement is because I know you were on vacation last week. And I don't care, who your largest client is. When I call you, you're going to call me back in 4 hours." You said, "Now, I understand you might be at another client, you might be doing something else, but I don't want to sit here and just guess about whether or not you've got my message." And I thought, wow, I wonder how long it's going to take for me to get thrown off this engagement too, because he's going to be very unhappy. But it dawned on me after a while that, wow, this is a really, really powerful message here. That, yeah, I can't do two things at one time. He acknowledged that. But it also, if I'm proactive about this, it's going to allow me to control my schedule a hell of a lot better than if I'm not proactive at all. So in other words, if he calls me at 4 and I can't talk to him, but I can call him back and say, "How about if we talk tomorrow at 10? How about if we talk at 8? He wasn't so much concerned about the time when we talked, but the fact that we were going to talk, and I was setting his expectations. And then it became very powerful for me to say, okay, I need to take control. I'm never going to have perfect control, but I want to have a decent life. Okay, I don't want to be here 12, 13, 14 hours a day all the time. I want to enjoy my family, watch my kids play sports and do all that. But to do that, I had to work at it. I had to be proactive. I had to set expectations. So if a client called me and asked a question, I would invariably ask them when they needed it by. If I couldn't get it to them by then, I would tell them, "Well, I'm really going to be busy between now and Monday. How about if I give you a call back on next Wednesday?" 95% of the time or more, it's fine. What's not fine is to close that conversation without having any idea when the client wants the information they just asked you about. That's a recipe for disaster. So that was very, very important to my career, Dan, in learning how to take control as best as I could. Because things are going to happen. There's lots of days when I started off with a to-do list that 2 or 3 days later, I was looking at the same to-do list because stuff happened. And you have to plan for that too. Clients call, things get pushed around, you have an HR situation. If you can't handle the juggling of your schedule and dealing with multiple things at the same time, you're probably not going to love public accounting. But if you love dealing with people and you can learn, can set your mind that you're going to learn something every day, then you're going to love it. Whether it's technical, whether it's dealing with people or whatever. To this day, I've picked up a couple of mentees rather, from the university I went to. I have some time. I thought this would be fun things to do. And so I have 2 young people that are sophomores in accounting, and they're very different. And, I'm looking forward to learning stuff from them. So you have to keep your mind open. You don't have all the answers. You'll never have all the answers, but smart people working together almost always make better decisions than one smart person working alone.